What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Tuesday. We are going to take a look at Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. Stick around for the whole video because they kind of all point to the same story. I know everybody's extremely bearish, and there is a lot of bearish indicators. So we're going to take a look at it and kind of judge where we might be going. Definitely stick around for the whole video. Don't forget we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. It's totally free. Great community, guys. Let's get into the video. Alright guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And if you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribes in the lower right hand side of the screen. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash the likes and leave your comments. Please do that for all YouTubers. It really helps us out. It's totally free. Take a second out, smash a like, leave a comment. Let's get into the video. All right, so looking at Bitcoin on the weekly, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. And right here is our 55 EMA. I am looking for that to hold us as support. It's not to say we can't dip down like we did over here. You know, a lot of people are saying 78, 75. So it's possible to drop down to 78, 75. As long as we close our weekly above this, I don't have a problem with that. But I do believe the 55 should hold. Let's also just take a look at that volume there. Volume is still declining, meaning a huge move's coming. I know a lot of people are saying we're going to go sideways the rest of the year, whatnot. My opinion, I don't believe that. I think we're going to have a big move. Let's take a look at the daily. You know what? Go back to the weekly real quick and just take a look at the RSI. We have this red trend line in here. Actually, should be up a little bit where we got a bounce here. We're almost back down to it again on the weekly, so there's a possibility we come back down and touch it, which would be, like I said, around that $7,800, $8,000 range. But I don't necessarily think that's going to happen, and I'll show you why. We're going to take a look at the daily. So looking at the daily, we have dropped below. We have opened below this, the blue wedge, and below the bull flag that I've been watching. If we don't get back above this, it's going to obviously be pretty bearish, but we're going to take a look at it now and see what we're looking at. I want to point out, if we're able to get back in this wedge and break out of it, our first line of support is going to be that 9,300 range. If we can break above this and get support, it'll be smooth sailing from there, I do believe. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, I pointed this out in the Discord. If you guys belong to the Discord, you've seen this yesterday. I have this falling channel drawn in here, and we are coming down. We've been talking about this for at least a week, maybe a little bit longer, coming back down and possibly testing the top of this channel, which we have. And that's one reason I believe, as long as we stay above this, I mean, as long as we close above this. In the daily, we can come down below it, but as long as we close up here, I believe we might stick around this range today. And tonight, going into tomorrow, for the next daily candle, I believe we're going to have a nice push up. Now, we might open our next candle and come down under, but as long as we get back up above it, I do see that push up coming to at least retest the top of this here. Maybe come back down, but I'm pretty bullish on, as long as this daily RSI closes above this. And like I said, we can open tomorrow's daily, which is tonight, come down, and then come back up in. But I am pretty bullish here, guys. This is looking like a pretty good spot to bounce. And I want to remind you, if you guys are trading or want to start learning to trade, I will put a Bybit tutorial up here. If you sign up using my link, which is below in the description, I'll also put it in the comment section. If you sign up with that, you get a $60 bonus. But yeah, check it out. I just advise you, don't use high leverage and don't get crazy. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. Trading on leverage is extremely dangerous. But yeah, just use your smarts. Yeah, just be careful, guys. There's also a Prime XBT link down there that gives you a 35% bonus if you sign up. So if you were to deposit $1,000, they give you an extra $350 towards your trading account. You can't take that out but you can use it to collect or to make profits. All right, but like I said, it looks like we're gonna stick around this area, I do believe, because I expect this to close around the top of this, and then I believe a push up tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow most likely it will begin. But yeah, let's go into the 4 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour RSI and see what that's telling us. All right, the 4 hour RSI, we have dropped below this trend line that we have had drawn here from the rising broadening wedge. Let me move this down a little bit. And we've dropped below. Now, this would have been the bottom of the wedge. Now, the question is, do we come back up here and get resistance and go down further? Or do we pop above this, get support, and continue up from there? Let's look at the price action. And as you can see, I do see us most likely coming down to this $800 or $8,000 range. Like I said, there's people calling for this 78, 75 range, which is possible. If we do get down there, I think it's going to be a quick wick and back up. And most likely that's going to happen tonight into tomorrow. So keep an eye on that. But if we can get back above this line, get support, break through here, then our targets come back in, being this one being between the 92 and 9300. Like I said, we're going to have heavy resistance at that 93. If we look over here, we had support, broke through. Now it's become resistance. So that 93 area is going to be a tough area to break, in my opinion. If we break above that, the next area of 10,200 is going to be the next area of resistance. If we can break through that, looking at this whole thing as a flagpole, let me get that out of the way. And this is a bull flag. Bring it up, measured move. If we are able to break out of that, it's going to be around the 11.4 range. And keep in mind, this 10.9, we've had major resistance over here, so that is probably going to give us some trouble if we get up to that 10.9 area. Yeah, let's go into, that's it with Bitcoin. That's what I'm looking at there, guys. I expect this 8,000 to hold. Like I said, that this RSI here in the 4 hour, I expect to come back up, test this for resistance, and most likely get back above it and get support. But we'll see what happens there. So again, Litecoin. Also, I want to remind you guys, my wife's webpage is up, anchorimage.com. Check it out. Great idea for Christmas gifts. Beer koozies, coffee mugs, t-shirts, hats, signs, aluminum signs. You can put any crypto you want. Just ask her. She can put any crypto, any design, any family pictures, whatever you want. Another good way to help support the channel, and I much appreciate it, along with the other affiliate links down below. That also helps. So in Litecoin, I want to take a look at this falling wedge here, this falling wedge here. We see what happened after this one. And what I'm looking at here is this 114 range, and I will show you why. Looking at this as a falling wedge, if we take a measured move of the breakout of this wedge, it gets us up to that $114 range. I'm still looking at that right now. Obviously there is bearish things happening. Also, if we take a look at the EMAs, the 55 has already crossed the 200 way back here, and we are getting resistance on the EMAs still. Let's look at the price action, or the RSI. So in the RSI, I have this trend line drawn across the bottom. I also have this trend line here looking like it's forming a wedge, and it's off of these 3 touches here. Looks like we might have one more touchdown, just like in Bitcoin. That's what I was talking about in the beginning. Let's look at 52.65 is the bounce I'm looking for here, and that's looking at this. I drew a trend line off of these wicks here, and as you guys know, I like to use my wicks, not the bodies. Some guys prefer bodies. I think wicks are way more accurate. So the 52.65 would line up with the RSI hitting right here. If that breaks, then we're looking at the lower targets, and I will show you what those are. And those are using the Fibonacci retracement from the swing low to the swing high. As you can see, this bounce we got here was off of the 0.65 range, which is a good area for it to bounce. But like I said, I'm looking for it to come down to possibly the 52.65 and get a bounce. If we don't get a bounce there, guys, I would be looking at the 0.786 at the 51.25 range for the bounce. If that doesn't hold, you know, then we look at our lower targets. let's look at some measured moves off of this channel I have drawn here. So if we measure the channel, if we do break down from here, I know it's scary, guys, but we could be looking as low as the $35 range, which we have to keep in mind is possible. I'm going to put a target there. That's if we break down below that, below this, and none of these fibs hold. Again, guys, it's no, I wouldn't get too worried about it unless we break that, but that is the worst case scenario in my opinion. Now if we get our bounce like I believe we're gonna off the 5250 to 5260 range, and we get back up here and are able to break up out of this, then I'd be looking for, this is the daily, so I'm gonna move this down a little bit. Then I'd be looking for the 85-88 range. That's what I'm looking at with Litecoin, guys. We'll see what happens. Well, let's go into the 4 hour. Sorry about that. Go into the 4 hour and take a look at that. Same thing here. I mean, same targets and all. But if we look, like I said, looks like one more push down to touch the bottom of this channel. And if we get that, I do believe we continue up from there, get a nice bounce. I am looking for a bounce, like I said, at the 5265. We'll take a look at Ethereum, see how that matches up. Ethereum on the daily, same type deal, guys. We have this channel here drawn off of these wicks. Now, if you guys remember, yesterday did a measured move off of this as a descending triangle to where we broke down, gets us around that 154.20, which also lines up with this support line I've drawn off of these wicks here. Let's go into the RSI. That would most likely be coming all the way down to retest the bottom of this trend line here. Now in the daily, if we can pop back up above this, that would be making this a ascending wedge. Let's take a look at this triangle. We had a measured move on the RSI there. We have hit our target. So if we can remain above this in the daily, if we can close above this, then that'll validate this wedge for me. Let's see what happens in that. Let's go over to the 4 hour. All right, looking at the 4 hour. So we are getting our touch on the bottom of this channel here, which should hold as support in my opinion, and we should come up to retest the top of this if we break through. Pretty damn bullish. Let's look at the price action. Now, looking at the price, I do have other targets in here, guys, as the Fibonacci retracement targets. 176, which we have crossed. We can get that out of the way. We are playing on that area now. The 0.618 is at the 170.94, which is possible. Let me go to the RSI. Yeah, the RSI looks like it's good here. Unless we get, a little pop tick up and then back down, that would get us back down to the 170.94. But yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty good, guys. We may come down, tag this, and go back up, in my opinion. But like I said, everybody seems extremely bearish right now, and there is a lot of things pointing bearish. Like I said, the EMAs are all crossing down. It's looking bearish, looking scary. But guys, when everybody starts being bearish and calling for crazy lows, that's most likely not what's going to happen. I do see us most likely continuing up from here, and yeah, that's what I'm looking at. But like I said, worst case scenario here, 154 area. But I am looking for a bounce on Ethereum. If we don't bounce from where we're at, I am looking for a healthy bounce from the 170.94 area. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely don't forget to subscribe by clicking the CryptoSavy logo above my head. I appreciate it. Also, make sure you tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Guys, smash those likes. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. And that's about it. Take it easy. Have a great day.